Thermometers do not measure temperature directly. Instead, they measure certain properties of substances that are dependent on temperature. There are three basic types of thermometers: non-contact thermometers, thermometers based on the principle of thermal expansion, and electric thermometers. As the temperature increases, the particles making up the substance move faster, and as a result, they occupy a larger space. In other words, the volume of the substance will increase. Thermometers, based on the principle of thermal expansion, take advantage of this phenomenon. In the case of liquid thermometers, a liquid must be chosen that does not freeze or boil when measuring within wide temperature ranges. So, it is mostly alcohol that is selected for this purpose. A change in the temperature of gases affects their volume, so they are suitable for measuring temperature. Gas thermometers can be used to measure extremely low temperatures because of the low freezing point of gases. Metal thermometers are less suited to performing accurate measurement, but since thermal expansion generates strong tension in the solid material, they can be used to operate switches. These thermometers include bimetallic thermometers, which are made of two different metal strips. When the temperature changes, the welded metal strips, which have different thermal expansion properties, bend and cause temperature control switches to turn on and off. Electric thermometers can also perform accurate measurements, and since they are small, they only affect the temperature of the material being measured slightly. There are three different types of electric thermometers: resistance thermometers, thermistors, and thermocouples. Resistance thermometers are based on the temperature dependence of the resistance of metals. This usually increases with the increase of temperature. Since resistance can be measured very accurately, the temperature can also be determined very precisely. Pyrometers and infrared thermometers can measure temperature from a distance. These thermometers can be used to measure the temperature of objects that are difficult to reach or are too hot for other types of thermometers. They are also useful when looking for sources of heat loss in buildings. The basis for non-contact temperature measurement is that objects emit electromagnetic radiation, the intensity and composition of which is temperature dependent. The largest part of this radiation falls into the invisible infrared segment of the electromagnetic spectrum.